Yo. What's up? What's up? What's going on, y'all? Yeah, we got another edition of Comic Cons, and today we're gonna be talking about different variant characters in comics, basically alternate versions of characters that we really love and like. Shout out to my brother, Stay Ready. He came up with the whole idea, the whole concept of this one. He actually came up with it early in the week, so I got to give him credit. I was going to take a week off, but shout out to Mac. Mac been keeping me on my toes just like Derek has. Let me bring my co-host up. Derek, he playing hooky this weekend. He playing hooky again this weekend because Derek old school. He not used to these what if characters. So we me and Mac we decided to spearhead this thing. Let me bring my co-host up. What's going down, Matt? What's going on,
What's
sir?
going on, family? I'm here. I'm here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I know
Uh,
I'm kind of late, but we still here.
yeah. Nah. You good? You good? Actually, you was on time. You was on time. I kind of wanted to do it like 8:55 ish, 9 o'clock ish. So yeah, because it was just you and me, so I know we could move through it and still make good time. And when it's two people, when it's three people, I try to come on a little early, like 30
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So what's the name, man? How your week been, and what's going down, man? Let the people know what you got going on.
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. This week, actually, it's crazy that I came up with that, but this week has actually been pretty hectic, man. School has been it's really been working me, but I'm here. Um, I don't know why I turned my camera off, but I'm here. I done made it through the week. Next week is gonna be even worse. I got exams next week. I got three quizzes on tomorrow. Well, tomorrow and Tuesday, and I got an exam on Wednesday. And I got to start. I'll do everything on with new chapters and everything on Thursday to get ready for the next week. And I think I got some journals due and papers due about a 14. Like this, being older and going back to college is a whole new experience. But I'm not gonna lie. Uh, it's given me a whole new appreciation for school that I didn't have when I was younger. Um, but I already had college credits, so I don't have to go full like everybody else. Like I should be done by the end of next summer. But it's coming something this upcoming summer, so I can't wait. Like I honestly can't wait. You muted. I can't hear you.
Sir, my
There you
bad.
go.
I'm turning to you now. Let me salute everybody real quick. Pooh Man he said just call my name and now I'll be there. That boy hit the mic on me. Jackson 5 on me. Yo, salute.
Whenever you call me, I'll be there. Whenever you need me, I'll be there. I'll be around. All right, Pooh man. When you find
Salute to
out
you.
Detroit in the building, and everybody from the 313. Oh,
Jimmy Bernard was good. Josie in the house.
we got Josie, we got D Man.
Got D-Man in the house. The whole game is in the house. Got my brother Kofa in the house. Salute to Kofa. Salute to Shower. Did I miss anybody? There go Derek Gaines. There go Derek Gaines. He said, "Cook on, brothers. I'm here." Salute. My big bro Drew Titan in the house.
We got Drew.
Oh, Amana's in the house. Salute. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, before we get started, I be throwing up polls out of nowhere throughout the week. So my last poll was John Wick and James Bond. A lot of y'all got some explaining to do. How y'all picking John Wick over James Bond? James
I,
Bond would actually win.
I
James Bond
actually
would actually win.
I picked John Wick over James Bond, and I don't even like John Wick.
James
This the
Bond.
one
You want me to send you something and give you the reasons why
you
he?
gonna have to because I'm
I,
looking at it
I,
like
I
they almost made John Wick
don't
immortal.
don't think that he's running around just here with the chicks and he don't know how to fight and he ain't got a whole bunch of different gadgets and stuff. You got to really research that, man. James Bond would actually really win. I'll send it to you though. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, you gotta send it to
Hopefully
me.
you hopefully you watch it while you cooking. It's definitely good read. I
It's
mean,
a
not
good
good.
cook.
Yeah, it's a good cook. Live. And I wasn't surprised because I always thought James Bond would win because of experience alone. I felt like that. But yeah, man, let's get started, man. Let's get to these honorable mentions real quick. We giving y'all extra one is really six, even though
Yeah.
we do
So we're
five.
gonna get into the honorable bench. You got a picture from honorable benches or no
Yeah, yeah,
picture?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let me see what you got for me. Let me see if you pulled it up right. If you got the right one.
Bro. I know this story. I just never
I know you
finished.
know the story, but do you know me which picture I would have picked? It's two. That's a good one, but that ain't the one I would have picked. I would have picked the one with him going through the sky, headed to But I'm gonna tell y'all this is an honorable mention, and the only reason it's an honorable mention is because he was. We're doing stuff outside of Earth 616. He is actually from 616, but he went to other multiverses. And in this story, you had Dr. Banner. I don't. It was something to do with some psychic to where he was able to control Banner by sitting in a cockpit of a spaceship. He was able to get him. I'm talking about. He had. I mean, Banner was able to control Hulk. I don't know why I say he was able to control Banner, but he was able to control Hulk,
Yeah,
and it was some kind of nuclear, psychic, and gamma radiation which allowed him to do it. In this comic, this was the strongest version of Hulk. Period. This is where they talk about Titan Hulk. When he actually became Titan Hulk,
yeah,
he
he
was
became. Yeah,
the only appearance of the well, this is the first appearance of Titan Wolf because I know they're actually gonna bring that into a storyline soon. But this is the first, and this is the strongest version of any Hulk. Period. Any Hulk, including Weapon H. This Titan Hulk is the strong. He destroyed an entire planet and civilization when he became Titan Hulk and ended up having to fight Thor because Thor was upset that he destroyed that civilization that was worshiping. Like he destroyed a whole civilization that actually was worshiping him, but it wasn't on purpose. It was the gamma that he was. It was the gamma that he was igniting, and he was fighting some. I forgot. I forgot the character he was fighting. I'd have to go back to the storyline, but he was fighting somebody, and he ended up blowing up the planet, and he ended up flying to another, the closest moon, and get into a fight with Thor. And he got so powerful and emitted so much gamma radiation that he ended up turning Thor into a Hulk. So that version that becoming a another one of the strongest versions of Hulk when Thor became a Hulk. And it took Hulk and it took who else? It was somebody else. Oh, it took Hulk and Odin just to calm Thor down so they can get him back to normal. Like if you ever want to read just a great crazy, it's a crazy storyline and they're not finished. They're not finished. They're still dropping comics on it. I think Starship Hulk is a great comic and that's my honorable mention. And he didn't make my list because he's from Earth 616.
Um, Me personally, I liked how he was in the cockpit. I thought, honestly, when I was reading it, when I first was reading it, I took it as I thought that that was all in his mind.
I
Remember,
did too.
I thought it was all in his mind because there was another version, which was the Dr. Banner, who was from the universe who actually never became. He
Wasn't
did
that
it.
the first one?
I don't know if he was the first one. I don't remember them mentioning it in the story, but I do know that he actually didn't get hit with the gamma bomb. He created the gamma bomb,
Yeah,
and
he
when it
created the
actually hit, it created deformed hulls. So
yeah,
General Ross used it as a weapon for different
good,
areas.
yeah. Him and
Country.
Rick Jones.
Yep. So this was definitely an interesting story. I like the fact that he was able to control
Oh,
like the rage level of Savage Hulk.
facts.
He was able to control like you know you know the whole level of where he could put it to when it came to Savage Hulk. So this is definitely an interesting story. I didn't get to finish reading it, but I know most of the story enough to be able to comment on it. I would say this is a good read,
I'm gonna
and
tell you, it's not
back,
over yet. That's why you're not
yeah,
finished
yeah,
reading it.
that's why I'm not.
Still
Yeah, I think
going.
that's probably why.
Because
And
I'm
it
I'm
does
I'm
make you
waiting.
know.
I'm actually waiting for them to finish it because I'm gonna tell you the reason I'm waiting on them to finish it is because I want to buy it like I did the Red Hulk. When they find out General Ross was the Red Hulk, I actually bought the graphic novel. I like reading it in a graphic novel instead of keep buying the little comics because I
Mhm.
get mad because I'm like the new it ain't finished and then I got to keep waiting. I'm gonna wait because once they finish, then they're gonna drop that graphic novel and it's easier for me to just read the whole story.
Yeah, yeah, I like it when it's done like that too, where you could get the whole story. I think it's easier. I think it's easier that way.
Yeah,
I
so
definitely
much,
think.
so much easier. So, what's your honorable mention?
My honorable mention is Robbie Reyes. You know,
Which version though?
oh oh I was going with the regular version. He
The
he he's from that timeline, or I'm wrong.
So no, no. The reason I asked which version is because uh, just so you know, one of the versions of Robbie Reyes is the strongest version of Ghost Rider. Like
Yeah,
out
I
of
think that's
all
the one
Ghost
that
Riders,
I got. I think that's the one.
the regular one is not. The all is his the one that's the strongest version is called the All Rider, and Robbie Reyes is the All Rider, where he can touch any car and turn it into a Ghost Rider car, Ghost Rider vehicle.
I think this. Oh well, you know what? I don't. Maybe not, but I did my research. Salute to Tay Tay. Salute to Tay Tay. Hold on. Let me honorable mention real quick.
I just had to ask you, but I'll go ahead and let you explain.
Uh, oh, and I'm gonna hit you up, sis. I gotta holler at you. He said, so Robbie Reyes is a young mechanic from East LA. His life changed when he became a host of a Vengeful Spirit. During an illegal street race, Robbie Reyes was killed and brought back to life um, as a superhuman powered on a mission for vengeance. Uh, he uses his power to protect the city, uh, deliver justice for those who, do evil. Uh, Meanwhile, Robbie Reyes, he faces with his own demons and trying to control the vengeful spirit, Eli Morrow, who takes over his spirit basically. And he also ends up fighting Johnny Blaze, the original Ghost Rider in the story that I read. So I actually really starting to become out of the Ghost Riders. I think I like the newer version. I don't know why I kind of like Robbie Ray's character. I like that, you know, his story where he lost his parents and he's taking care of his brother Gabe, who has a disability. Uh, he's a real interesting character. If you ever get a chance, y'all should definitely read up on Robbie Ray's and his um should I call it a mask that's set on fire, man,
Um,
because he don't really got.
the picture you got up there is actually Ghost Rider 2099.
Nah, this is the Robbie Ray's one.
I don't know why it looked like
Nah,
2099.
that's Robbie Ray's. Remember, he has on the mask and the
Oh,
fire
oh,
blazes
oh yeah,
the
yeah,
mask.
yeah.
Nah,
That's
that's
right.
definitely Robbie Ray's. You
I
know what
like
I mean?
Robbie, but I'm gonna tell you, you know my favorite. My favorite. I've always told you my favorite one is Danny Ketch and Johnny
Yeah,
Blaze.
yeah,
They
yeah.
like right there and there. But I love both of them. Ghost Rider is my favorite. It's not a Ghost Rider I don't like except Vengeance. Vengeance is the only one I don't like. He had the worst storyline to me, and he was a villain.
Actually, Tate, you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing, Tate. You actually gonna be surprised. That's all I'm gonna
I
say.
almost put a Superman on my list,
No,
Tay Tay.
no, no. You know what? I'm gonna just give it away because I said it. There is a Superman on my list. He
It
actually
was
on
it,
the
it,
list.
it almost was one on my list, and I actually told you about him the other day, yesterday.
There-
Remember,
Yep, yep.
he almost made my list, Tay Tay. But
So
if we do it again, it will be a Superman on my list. And I know Act is don't have the same Superman I got, but
Right, hot stuff that make people say rewind that.
hey, I like that. I like that. I like that. Yeah. But
so so and don't sleep, Tay Tay. You ain't even see the
yeah,
show yet.
yeah,
There
stay
is
on the
actually
show,
a
Tay Tay.
Superman on
You come on here set tripping already, man. Just
already. I actually like this version better than the regular version, but and the story was actually a really good story. She said, "Mac, I almost love you. Laugh out loud. Just kidding."
you
She,
didn't almost love me, you love me because I'm your high school man. So stop playing.
um, yeah, man. So she said Superman Prime. Actually, Shawa, that's funny that you say. I did bring up Superboy Prime. I love Superboy. I should have put him on my worst villains list. It's two people that I forgot to put on my worst villains list when me, Derek, and Matt did it a few weeks ago. I should have put Superboy Prime on my list because he was such a good bad guy from Prices on Infinite Earth. And I should have put um Griffith from Berserk, the anime. I should have. He probably should have been my number one, Griffith, because of how he did guts. He should have. Nah, he should have. He should have, because I never seen no person that was the hero that lost everything like and never was able to bounce back from. So, yeah, but yeah. So, you got anything on Jaime?
No, I ain't got nothing on him. Not Hyman.
Robbie. I'm thinking
No,
of.
we talk, but
I'm thinking of.
my it's three versions of Robbie Reyes, and my favorite one is the Off Rider because that is the strongest. It's I'm not gonna say he's the strongest, but they say he's the strongest version of Ghost Rider, but I don't believe that. I can give my reasons why, and one day I might do a video ranking the top five versions of Ghost Rider.
Uh, s-
That might be a great video to do.
yeah, I was gonna say that sound like an idea, man.
Because Ghost Rider is my favorite comic book of all time. Punisher's not next, but you know we'll do that on another one.
Yes, sir.
But let's go into my.
Go
We're
ahead.
gonna start with number five on my list is
Yeah,
Ghost Spider.
yeah. We're gonna work from the bottom down. Yeah.
Yeah, Ghost Spider. Um, if y'all ain't read this, this is the white suit. He was a Ghost Rider. but a Spider-Man. And yeah, this was probably the one of the strongest Spider-Mans uh, in the comic books. And in this storyline, in this reality, Uncle Ben never died, but he helped Peter train to become a hero with his new spider powers. Um,
Don't forget that he created the costume and used the scientists, and he was one of the most wealthiest
oh
super
yeah,
heroes in that.
facts. He was
Spider
famous,
sense is
popular,
tingling.
a superhero. He also became rich and successful scientist. He has his own company, which is Parker Technologies, which is it was a resource and it was motivated by Uncle Ben. Uh, it was like he used transportation technology to bring all the Spider-Man from other universes, and he absorbed their powers to increase his. That's why he is the strongest version of Spider-Man, in my opinion. Uh, and it was after Spider-Man of 616 makes him believe he arrived to this universe by accident, and that Spider-Man was weakened by the dimensional portal, and that portal kind of gave him the Ghost Rider powers, and he woke up and I think he was attached to the machine. That's where he absorbed the powers.
So
Uh,
so what happened, Mac, was
I'm trying to
yeah,
remember.
I remember the story. So what happened was Uncle Ben was the real ringleader in all of him absorbing.
Yeah,
You see how Mac told y'all that all of the Spider-Mans got transported to that Earth? He
yeah,
lowered and tricked all of them and absorbed all of their powers. He basically did some real spider joint. You know how the spider
facts.
drains? So that's what I loved about this story. So then when he got the 616, who really is the strongest and they really wanted his powers bad, he
Facts.
was weakened and he
He was
tricked.
the original.
Yeah. So they tricked the Spider-Man from 616, our Spider-Man, to being him for a while because he was weakened for a while. Once he ended up investigating everything and he seen things was fishy, he went back to their laboratory and um Uncle Ben, got him in the chair and tied him up so they could drain his power. But Spider-Man using his way of words, that's one thing about Spider-Man. He made that Spider-Man feel bad.
Yes.
So he tried to stop Uncle Ben, and Uncle Ben already started the machine up to try to drain the 616, our Spider-Man's powers away. And he ends
But
up deflecting it and
he
ends up
was,
dying. And then, yeah, it's
but
way.
it was Doctor Banner, Bruce Banner. They put the spirit of vengeance into him.
Yeah. Now I wasn't getting to that part. I'm talking to
Okay.
the part where
Oh
he ends
yeah.
up dying because he ends
Yeah.
up taking the blow and
Yeah.
ends up getting his power drained to a point to where it kills him. And Uncle Ben
Yes.
ends up feeling bad about it. And then
Yeah. When
that's
he
when
killed
he goes
him,
to
that's
hell.
when
Yeah,
he got with Doctor Banner and Doctor Strange.
yeah.
The what? So was it Doctor Strange or the Sorcerer Supreme?
Nah, Dr. Banner became the Sorcerer
Oh
Supreme
yeah,
in
that's
that
right.
universe.
That was that storyline. Okay. Yeah, Doctor Banner became the
See,
Sorcerer
Mac thinking
Supreme.
I don't know my stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I got you. I see. Yeah, but I'm also trying to
One
remember
for
at
JJ.
the same time. So yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all one of the reasons. So y'all got to think his powers is superhuman strength, regeneration and web slinging like all the rest of the Spider Mans. But he also had the power of the Ghost Rider too. He was so powerful, he was able to defeat Thanos and Galactus. But the problem with Ghost Spider is that he got addicted to life draining. So that was one of the things about this Spider Man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but
This is definitely. I'm gonna keep it real. This is probably one of the best storylines out of the one that you picked. I
to,
really
you
like the
you
story.
really think that one was the best?
It's one of the best. I didn't say it was the best.
I
I
was
said
gonna say it is. That's why I put it on
I
the.
like the storyline because I like how like everything happened. You know how everything was switched up. Like Uncle Ben lived. He didn't pass away. And Uncle Ben actually ended up, and actually they put something when Aunt May made the tea, that's what made the Spider-Man 616 end up in the chair in the first place. Because he
Facts.
the tea. I don't know why his spider sense ain't go off, but it is what it
Yeah,
is. But you got anything else on that before I
I
go?
I don't. You can go to your next one.
Okay. So my next one is Red Sun Superman.
That's
So Red Sun
a good one.
Superman, Red Sun Superman in 1938, instead of him landing on Smallville in the Kent farm, he landed in the Soviet Union, Tay Tay. Yes, Tay Tay, he ended up becoming a Russian. He was raised by a Union leader named Stalin, who gives him the name Sergey. Now, any person that we knew that was named Sergey was not a great person. And I'm gonna leave it at that. His name was Sergey,
Ain't no
and
had a great Sergey yet.
but eventually, Sergey basically, I mean, Sterling raised Sergey. Sergey is the Superman, and basically Sterling he gets poisoned and ends up passing away, leaving Superman in control of the Soviet Union. The Red Sun Superman, um, basically, starts off controlling everything. He uses his powers to stop all the crimes from happening in the planet until he completely goes overboard and starts policing the entire world. This is what I mean by Superman being a bad person, Tay Tay. This is what I be meaning. He starts policing the world. He literally polices the world so good that there's no crime. Crime basically didn't exist. He stops car accidents from happening. He did make sure every man, woman, and child was fed, got 8 hours of sleep, and had a job. And you know what else he did, Matt? That's real crazy. He took over Brainiac, right? And Brainiac had a machine that could control the weather. So basically, it wouldn't rain unless Superman wanted to. It wouldn't be sunshine unless Superman wanted to. So he basically controlled the weather. Then he realized people aren't living great lives, and they had no purpose and they had no freedom. He then pretends to die after he starts feeling bad and watches over the earth and watch the earth basically prosper in his absence. So he realized that me not controlling everything and giving people free will, that's the way the earth is supposed to be. And who am I to control it? So yeah, man. That's the storyline of Red Sun Superman. They actually have an animated movie about it. I like the comic better. The comic was real better. Mac, you got anything on this?
I do. I'm gonna throw a fact at you.
What's
You
up?
know who? You know who wrote this storyline?
Cool.
Mark Millar.
Oh, he did?
Yes, and if anybody know who Mark Millar is, he wrote the Civil War story for Captain America and Iron Man. He also wrote Death of Captain America, and he wrote Old Man Logan. He
Oh
wrote
yeah,
this
he did.
story.
He did write Old Me. That's where I know him.
Yes, Mark Millar wrote this story for Superman.
Thank you, Shawo, for the fire emojis. Thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate it. This actually was a really good Superman
it
story.
was. It was.
But it
I,
was a
I never read that one, but I have. So I watched videos on that. I don't know. I don't know a lot about it because, like I said, I'm not crazy about Superman, but It is a couple of Superman stories that I have read and I did like.
So Tay Tay, I dedicated that pick to you. I was gonna surprise you since you was in here, but you was like, no Superman on the list. There you go. I don't want to hear nothing. Superman made the list. It actually was a good alter, and he was
He said
from Earth.
Superman is
He was from
gorgeous.
Earth D. He was from Earth D.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
See,
mess
they
with you.
got different letters in DC when it comes to their Earths. It's not numbered like Marvel's is.
Well, DC do have numbers, so my next pick is actually from Earth 52.
Oh God. Well, nah, man, that was a new 52 joint, but go ahead, whatever.
Well, it is what it is. That's DC. It's DC, whether you like it or not.
Hold on. Wait.
I know you love me, Tay Tay, but you might not love me after this pick because I had to go with Batman. I had to
Red,
go with I had to go with Red Death, man. This is probably my one of my favorite Batman stories.
it's a really good story. This one
It
is
really is. This one,
damn good
and,
story.
I really was struggling because I wanted to put Batman on my list, and I was struggling with three Batmans. It was Red Death, it was All Knowing Batman, and it was Omega, Batman Omega. But when I think about the storylines, Red Death had the best storyline out of all three of them. Even though Batman killed Dark Side and the Omega Batman, this one was just a better storyline because Batman got out of character with this one because it was so many Robins had died. He ended up going mad and his crime fighting method went to the extreme. This is when he started killing criminals.
He
Uh,
also wanted to go back to save his parents too,
yes,
like Barry did. Barry was telling him, "Well, that's not I did."
and this was Earth, and this was on Earth 52, and the way that they started off with this storyline is that this Earth was on the verge of destruction, and
This isn't the same version, Tay Tay.
yeah,
This ain't the same version, Tay Tay. Get out of here. She said, "Oh, Batman, see, Tay Tay, here we go with the hate, man. Here we
we'll
go."
see. One thing about this one, see, Batman have changed. You remember Captain Cold? He grabbed his freeze ray, he grabbed Heat Wave heat gun, and he grabbed Mirror Master's mirror gun. And I remember he grabbed the Wizard's wand, and he went to fight
Weather
Flash
Wizard,
for his
Weather.
little Weather Wizard, and he went to fight Flash, but Flash refused to fight him, so he knocked Flash out. and
Tied him to the
he
Batmobile.
tied him to the Batmobile, tied him to the Batmobile, and he his power was kind of transferred into the Batmobile to where he ended up using the Speed Force, and he got fused with the Speed Force, and he got the Flash's powers, and that turned him into the Red Death, and he was corrupted at that point, and with his corrupted nature, he was going through just wreaking havoc, and he had new abilities. Uh, he was he was murdering everybody. Uh, man,
Man, I shouldn't have let you bring this up. Cause
why
look at
not?
Tay Tay.
Why
So
not?
what happened to? Because you know how I always say that we don't kill Clark.
And one of the things, this was Barry Allen Flash too, by the way.
Yeah, it was. Yup.
Why shouldn't? What's wrong? Tay Tay, come on, man.
Nah, because she's trying to use my own thing against me. Because you know when Superman was wilding in Injustice,
But
he said
Tay
we
Tay don't.
won't
But
kill him.
Tay Tay don't understand. These ain't the regular characters. These are variants. These are from other universes. These aren't the original characters. These aren't the original characters. So you gotta get away from. Don't think
She was
these.
waiting. She was waiting. Dang,
I
man.
know.
You shouldn't even had. You could have. I should have let you repick your list. I should have been like, "Yo, take him off," because I already could have predicted that Tay Tay was gonna say something. She said, "Stop it, act. Batman is exposed now." Laugh out loud.
Well, I will say this: later on in that storyline, he got exposed to positive energy, and it did change him. It did change him, and it gave Barry his powers back. Um, I think Barry ended up killing him in that storyline, didn't he?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Barry killed him in that storyline. He actually
He
was.
was wilding.
Yeah, he was. He was.
Because when he came to Gotham and Scarecrow was using the first scene when he ends
Yep.
up getting the powers, he
Did
ends
they?
up doing the infinite mass punch and
Yep.
he punched through Scarecrow. He split him in half.
Yep.
So you
Yeah.
already reading the comic and you like, dang, DC, this is crazy. New 52 has some good stories when they rebooted it. Derek Gaines, man, you better get you some new 52s, man.
Facts.
Get you some
Facts.
new 52 comics.
Facts. You
I'm
got to.
sorry, man. Get y'all, all y'all Marvel people gotta get out of that. You better read both sides, man. Because
And
there's
you
a
see,
lot of
I do it,
stories
and
you
I'm a
missing
Marvel
out.
guy. But like I've told y'all consistently, Batman is probably, if I had a top three favorite superheroes, Batman is on my top three.
Who's one?
Ghost Rider, what you mean?
Oh
We
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about this a
I
million
forgot.
times.
God, you like
I'm
my
not. That's never gonna change, cuz.
dude.
That's never gonna
We're
change.
gonna get Mac a Spirit of Vengeance mask. Y'all donate so we can get Mac the Spirit of Vengeance.
Hey, I was actually looking at they got it's not a life size, but it's big. It's about 3 feet. It's a whole Spirit of Vengeance uh, uh, statue with him on the motorcycle and everything. It's the Johnny Blaze. I'm thinking about getting it. It's like $700.
Yeah. Oh, you talk about like those little statue joints that they got?
Yeah,
Yeah, I seen the Doctor Doom one when I was downtown, when I was on Fifth Ave. I seen one. I ain't gonna front, it was nice too. I seen the Thanos, the Infinity Gauntlet joint too. She said, and Derek Gaines, don't hide. Don't be hiding. Show yourself. Derek Gaines don't know about these stories. So leave Derek Gaines out of this. You can get at me and Mac. Me and Mac
yeah,
got it. Me and Mac
yeah.
are.
We got this.
Let's go, bub.
You know what I'm saying? Derek Gaines is old school. He reads the original comics. You don't
Yeah.
read the what ifs.
Do you got anything to add to this one?
My thing was I was mad that Barry didn't want to, do nothing to him, but I understood because they was friends. They was
Yeah,
really close, and he was a very powerful entity. And not only that, the energy was corrupting him. It wasn't
facts.
all him. It was a negative flash, and it was like this similar to uh Eobor Professor,
Yes, yes, it was.
similar to that type of energy. So when he put him in the Batmobile and modified the Batmobile and made it a cosmic treadmill. See, they don't got that on Marvel. DC got that. Like for people that ain't fast enough to break the speed barrier to enter the speed force. You hit the cosmic treadmill. So you're able to enter the speed force. He did that to the Batmobile. He created a cosmic treadmill in the Batmobile. So that's how he was able to take Barry and into the speed force and do what he did. So this was actually, she said, "Act, you mean the Ratmobile?" Such a hater. Bats ain't rodents.
Tay, you got to
No
get
matter
out your
how
feelings.
much y'all think bats ain't nothing but flying rats, y'all could go with that. Bats ain't rodents, they mammals. So
Tay, get out your feelings about Batman. Because Batman is
stop
a better
stop
hero than
teaching the
Superman.
kids wrong.
I'm gonna tell you that. Why is it more Batman movies than Superman movies?
You know what? This Superman movie is looking. I hate to say it, and I hate to say it. I hate to say it. They putting crypto in it. The super dog. Tay Tay, do you know who crypto is? Since you such a Superman fan, you know about the super dog crypto. He's supposed to be in this movie. Shoot, I'm gonna keep it real. This movie might actually do good. Hopefully they don't mess it up. Hopefully they don't mess it up. Salute to my big bro, man, Joe Townsend. All right, man. Let me go to my next pick. Me and Mac having a lot of fun with this. I figured we would.
Yeah, we got to do this one again.
Um, Miles Morales. So Miles Morales is from Earth 1610. Miles was from Brooklyn uh, with the same abilities as Peter Parker. This happened because of Miles' uncle, Aaron Davis, who was a master criminal. Y'all know him as the Prowler. Uh, broke into the abandoned Oscorp complex and a specimen. He ended up when he went in there, the specimens from a batch of genetically altered spiders that gave Peter Parker his powers when he was breaking in there went into his bag. Once that happened, um, Miles came over the house visiting his uncle, regular stuff, and the spider that was in the bag came out of his uncle's bag and ended up biting him. So basically, he has all the powers of Peter Parker, can lift 10 tons with the super strength, agility, spider sense, but he got two added abilities that Peter Parker doesn't have. He could camouflage, and he also has a venom blast, which can incapacitate people, villains, and stuff like that. So, Miles Morales is a dope character. I always liked him. I liked his different twists on him being Spider Man. Mac, do you got anything on Miles Morales?
No, I don't. I actually love Miles. Miles is one of the most powerful Spider-Mans too. People don't talk about it, but
Yeah, that's a fact. That's
he
a
is
fact.
one of the most. If you did a top five, he is in the top five. He is. He was a little different, and I really do like Miles Morales. And they actually in the new comics they just gave him another power too. So yeah, he that was a good pick. That was a great pick. Great
Um,
pick.
he, he said who's playing Super.
Don't
Um,
ask me.
I don't know who this dude is like that, but he 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 seemed like he looked like Superman to me. He got the height, he got the frame, so he looked like Superman, man. As long as you have them the right height, you know what I'm saying. And Matt, actually, when we was talking yesterday, he the same height as Ben Affleck. The dude
Okay,
that
great.
played Batman now, I knew it. I was like, he looked tall as hell. He the same
So,
height as Ben Affleck.
so I want to answer Shawa's question. Yes,
What's that?
Marvel. She asked, "Does Marvel have a multiverse?" Yes, Marvel does have a multiverse. Actually, the multiverse started with Marvel when they did the What If series. The What If series was the opening to the multiverse in all of comics. And
Mac, that might not be true. And you know why I would say that?
why?
Because they said Jack Kirby started that in DC when Barry Allen, who was the main Flash, ended up seeing the first um JJ Garrett. He
Maybe
ended
you're right, but
he ended
Jack
up
Kirby was a part of the What If series too.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, he was with DC, first.
He was bouncing back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, he was, but that was the first time they intermingled timelines.
You know what? After
And I got the comic too.
we're gonna have to do a show on Jack Kirby, bro, because that's one of my favorite
I'm
comic
about to
books.
change my name at Kirby.
I'm telling you, Jack Kirby is like, man, if we had a Hall of Fame for storybook writers and things like that, Jack Kirby would probably be number one. Him and man, yeah, Jack Kirby is amazing. I can't take nothing away from him.
He said, "I love Into the Spider Verse." I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'll tell you one person that didn't like Into the Spider Verse,
Who?
Dr. Umar.
Ain't nobody got time for Dr. Umar. Hey, Dr. Umar, what my money? I want my money back. I donated to the school.
I already know. Yeah, you did. You told me that years ago.
I want my money back. Where the school at? Where is the school at?
Oh, you say I'm gonna ask my husband? He's a nerd. Oh shoot, Shaw. Well, yeah, man. Tell him about the channel. Tell him about the channel. Tell him about the channel. Yeah, tell him about the channel. Tell him. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna see if you grab the right picture for my next one though. You know what the next one is, right?
Oh, he has school. Okay.
Stark Odinson. Stark Odinson.
Okay. All right.
So I want to kind of explain.
Dang, I forgot how to say his name. Is something Stark.
Stark Odinson. It's not. It's Stark Odinson.
Nah, but he got a name. I forgot. Like he got a different name. It ain't Tony or nothing like that. Go ahead.
No, that was his name. His name was actually Stark Odinson. That's how they did it in the comics. The money been gone, cuz. But look, if y'all are into Marvel, did a series with a lot of comics where they had a warp world and they kind of mixed up like the heroes. That's when you had Stark Odinson, you had Nico Cage, you had Dr. Damascus, you had Little Monster, you had Blurrer, Ezekiel Stan, who was Stan Odinson. Like they did a lot of the warp comics. This was a part of the Infinity Wars. And it was something happened when he snapped, and it
was Gamora. Gamora ended up having all the gems.
Gamora
altered everything.
Yeah, exactly. And this is where you got the Iron Hammer, and the Iron Hammer, which is Stark Odinson. Yeah, you're right. It was Gamora after she got the power from the Infinity Stones. I think she sealed the souls of the universe within the soul gem.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's where it warped all the worlds. And in this particular one, Iron Man and Thor merged together to create Iron Hammer. And in this storyline, Stark Odinson was the son of Howard Odin. And this was in Asgard. And if you see on this, you see on the screen where he was got that hammer, the long hammer, things like that. He was a real smart, arrogant god, basically.
And he had similar problems that Tony did if he didn't wear the suit. It kind of is different. It's like Asgard. It's like the Asgard version. But remember how he was getting ready to die? He had to fight his way out of something. It was similar with this. And
remember he woke up from the freeze in Norway.
Yeah.
So he woke up in Norway he was free. He was frozen. So yeah. And I think the hammer actually helped keep him alive too. But the suit of armor keeps him alive. It's the armor. It protects him from the Dark Elves' arrows. That's what it was. He was poisoned. He was poisoned from the Dark Elves.
Yes, yes, yeah, that is what happened. It's coming
Yeah,
back.
he was
It was
poisoned.
poison.
Yeah, and the
And
suit.
the armor and the hammer kept them alive, and then the dwarfs made them that hammer, kind of like how they did
Yeah,
Omnia and
it was Eitri, the weaponsmith.
yeah, Eitri, yes.
Eitri made him that hammer. It was a secret weapon. Uh, it was a war hammer made from cold iron. Um, what was something about him that I can give y'all? Um, that version of he I'll tell you he beat Adam Warlock. He defeated Emma Frost. That version of Thor. This is actually one of the strongest versions of Thor 2, by the way, which is crazy. Uh, and the name of this, it wasn't Mjolnir, it was Mule Iron was the name of the weapon. And he did, and it was able
You
to
see,
open
I
the
don't
mouth.
like that. It don't got a good ring to it, like
It did, but they had the
and Bjorn
yeah,
the axe. It don't got a good ring to it, like those
he
two.
did it did. But this was that story. If y'all go back and read the Infinity Wars, this was one of those side stories that was on the Infinity War series from the War Worlds. They even had who was it that Black Panther? I had that comic where Black Panther was in that War World, and he can't remember right now. I got to find it. It's in my collection too. But you got anything on Iron Hammer?
Nah, this was a good story. I don't think it's better than the ones that you named previous, but this one is good. This one.
Man, it's a part of the Infinity Wars. The Infinity Wars was a great story, man.
Nah, the Infinity Wars was a great story in the whole, but I'm saying this specific story, I feel like the Red Death and the other ones you brought up was a little bit better than this one. It
Okay.
was a little bit stronger than this one. Just keeping it. I did like Iron Hammer, it was cool, but I don't feel as strongly about it as Ghost Spider and, like I said, the Red Death story.
Only reason I really liked it, it was the whole series. So the whole Infinity War series, and this is the original Infinity Wars. This is not what they put on TV. This got Lady Death in it. Like this is the real the good story. That's why it's on my list.
But definitely, a good. That was a good pick, though. It was a good.
So,
Oh man, yeah, I got to do this one next.
who you got?
Throb. All right, Throb appeared in Thor 364 by Walt Simon. Uh, basically the old thing was happening. The old thing basically is when Odin either disappears or he goes into the Odin sleep. They don't make it clear in the story. I'm talking about the I'm gonna talk about both versions real quick. I'm gonna try to move through it quick. And basically what ends up happening is either Odin is absent, or either he died, or either he's in the Odin sleep, and they have to pick somebody to rule in his place. So what happening is Loki wants to rule, so he ends up being able to trick Thor and turning him to a frog and banishing him to Earth. In the meantime, Thor ends up in the sewer in New York, running into a frog, uh, paddle goat, who ends up becoming the next version that I'm talking about. and they have to fight off the rats and stuff like that. Because there's this bad guy named the Piper. If all my OGs out there, Matt, Derek Gaines, y'all should know who the Piper is. He's able to charm people with his music, like the Pied Piper. Uh, and animals. So he ends up having alligators and different animals come at uh Thor and Paddle Goat, and they end up fighting them off. And they told him that Thor, you have to wield the hammer. Now you got to pay attention to this, man, because the hammer was regular size.
Yeah, I
So
remember.
Thor had to go up under that hammer where the handle was and try to lift it with his hand and his whole body. And he ends up doing it, and he ends up lifting the hammer and possesses the power of Thor. He becomes a 6'6" frog and just battling everything and stuff like that. So that's the first iteration of Throg. And the next one, Simon Walters, who's named after Simon Walterson, who's kind of named after the dude that created Throg. Because remember, I told you his name is Walt Simonson. Uh, he's from Earth 97161. He was a football player, and he was a star football player who ended up getting injured, who was about to get drafted. He fell in love. His wife died. I tried to look up how his wife died or got unalive. There's no indication on how she got unalive. And then he basically goes to seek fortune tellers because he wants to know what her last thoughts and last things that she had to say to him was, because he never got to say, because she just died suddenly. And he ends up seeing so many mystic people, man, that he blows all his money. And all of these people that he went to, all these mystics or fortune tellers that he went to was fake. They couldn't connect with the other side and talk to his wife. He finally comes across a female fortune teller that actually could talk to his wife, and she could tell him everything that she feels. And guess what, man? He's broke. So he can't pay the fortune teller lady. So what happens is the fortune teller lady turns him into a frog. She curses him. She puts voodoo on him and she curses him. He becomes a frog. So what ends up happening is he ends up around Thor. He sees Thor as a frog, but there's like a rat plague going on. And this is Paddle Goat, the same frog I was telling you about earlier. And somebody steps, which I don't know why they did this in the story, but it is a what if. A piece of Mjolnir ends up chipping off. The rats is about to surround Paddle Goat or Simon Walterson. He lifts up that piece of Mjolnir that ends up breaking off, and it becomes Throg. So yeah, that's how that story went down. You got anything on Throg while I'm in the chat? I see y'all over here talking. Mac, you got anything on that?
No, I ain't got nothing on it.
Salute, Soul Power, salute. He said the frog is in. Oh yeah. I heard that he was in Loki series. I'm surprised Mac ain't bring that up.
What? Oh yeah.
This was actually a really good story. It was kind of sad too. because the dude that I'm talking about, he's a brother in the comics. So the dude that's Paddle Goat, the Simon Walterson, he's a brother. So he was a football player. He had everything going for himself, but he ended up losing his wife, and that's when things went left. So it's actually a real sad story. But yeah, we can move on from that. I suggest y'all read that if y'all ever get a chance to. Matt, where we at
Yeah,
next? We winding down. Where we at next?
yeah, we want now. You know, we're going to Weapon Omega. I really was struggling with this one because it was so many Wolverines I could have picked, and it was so many great.
Oh, okay. See, this is the pick that I got. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I wasn't sure. I actually didn't really get to do. You're gonna have to tell me about this. I think this is the only person I ain't really get to do research on.
Oh no, no, you got the wrong one. No.
Oh, well, no.
So that's not yeah. So that's Michael Porter. That Weapon Omega is an actual character in the comics. That's Michael Porter. That's not James Howlett. James Howlett. So
I thought that, but I was just like I wasn't sure.
so you gotta go. This Weapon Omega I'm speaking of. So you see now I'm gonna have to you're gonna have to actually pull up a picture. Because the picture you got up there gives him no justice. So I'm for the hold on. Let
Go
me
ahead
see if
and share it. Yeah, see if you can share it. Share something. I'll share it.
I'm gonna have to.
Salute to the general, man.
Let's go, bub.
All right, let me see if I can find the image. All right. Yeah, I got one. Okay, so let me share my screen. Bam.
Be glad you got the laptop back. Sound
Yes,
much better.
sir.
Sound
Weapon
much better.
Omega. This is a great picture. Let me blow it up. No. I wasn't trying to go there. Get
Hold
over there.
hold on. My bad. That I know why.
This is a good one.
I thought that, but I wasn't sure. That's why, yo, for now on, y'all gotta get in details of which ones
All
y'all.
right. I'm gonna have to put next time. I'm gonna put Wolverine. But yeah, I started to do Wolverine, Wolverine. But yeah, so this version of Wolverine is actually it's a kind of a combination between him and Wolverine and Apocalypse. He ended up getting the powers of Apocalypse, and man, in this storyline, this is probably the strongest version of Wolverine. Um, this is James Howlett of Earth 295, and this was around the time when I say Apocalypse was taking over North America, and and Magneto was recruiting for X-Men. He actually recruited uh, Wolverine and Jean Grey at the same time, and this was right after Logan had saved Mariko Yashida from the Silver Samurai.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
okay. So I know
Also
you're.
around the Wolverine comic.
Yeah, this was a Wolverine comic.
No. I'm saying it's around that Wolverine comic when you talking about when he fought the dad and all of that.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, I
yeah.
know what you're talking about.
And this is in this Earth. This was actually when Jean Grey was with Wolverine and not Cyclops. They actually fought Agent Magma. They fought Havoc. They fought Copycat. Uh, Following the fall of Apocalypse, this is where he kind of got the powers of Apocalypse, and he became the heir of Apocalypse. And he ended up he got those powers, and he was kind of he became like a god. They started coming to him because he was running everything. Um, how can I? What's the best way I can explain it? He had the mindset because he was almost like Magneto. He wanted to destroy all the humans in this one. They had to get the Scarlet Witch to fight him. Um, he ended up Wolverine in this storyline. Wolverine ended up killing Jean. He ended up killing Magneto. He killed Rogue and he killed Sabretooth. He took their powers. He had this version of Wolverine has every power of every mutant. Like he was like super strong, and he actually had Azazel as one of his servants. Um, Cyclops and Colossus was his servants. Uh, what's something else? What's something else y'all might need to know? It's man, this storyline is real in depth. Y'all would really have to go back and read it. This is probably the most powerful version of Wolverine out of all the different Wolverines it was. And I struggled. I thought about doing the Hellverine when he actually did the got the powers of Ghost Rider, but I got too many. I'm always talking about Ghost Rider. That's the only reason I went to Weapon Omega
We,
on
we,
here.
gonna, we gonna get you the Spirit of Vengeance, man, for Comic Con in Houston. Comic Con in New York already happened.
While you playing Collecticon is this weekend in Houston, and I might go.
Oh, dag! It's the same time as.
No, not Comic Con, Collecticon, and Chuck
Oh,
Norris is gonna be there. So I'm
oh,
thinking about going
okay.
just so I can take a picture with Chuck Norris.
Oh, Chuck Norris is gonna be
Yeah,
there.
Chuck Norris is gonna be there. I'm thinking about taking a
I
picture with
know
Chuck.
from one thing about y'all over there, y'all be getting all the old school people over there. We get the old
Yeah,
school writers and authors in New York, like because Alex Ross was at the New York one, and I'm mad.
Alex Ross came down here 3 years ago.
Yeah, he always come to the New York one.
We had last year. Pam Grier came to one of our
That's
Comic
why I was
Con.
mad when you told me.
She came to the H Town Comic Con. Yeah, man. This version of Wolverine is actually, you know how y'all got the Omega level humans and all this. They consider this version of Wolverine an Alpha class mutant, which is more powerful than the Omega classes.
It's crazy.
I know, right? But y'all should go read. Y'all should go read the storyline. It's
I'm gonna look this storyline up when we get off.
yeah,
And in
it's
case
a
y'all
good
don't, yeah, in
it's a
case
good
y'all
read.
don't know, we got a special next week. So Derek, start doing your homework.
Man,
Max, start doing your homework. Cause I'm already gonna type it in. I ain't gonna I'm probably gonna make the cover tomorrow.
matter of fact, you ought to get Drew. You ought to get Drew. Tell Drew to come on.
I don't hopefully he could come on, but you remember what we doing next week. I'll talk
Yeah,
about
I
it.
do. I remember. That's why I said I would love to hear his take on it as well. But I'm there. I'm ready for that show. I'm ready.
I mean, you got the book,
I know.
special delivery.
I appreciate it.
All right, man. Let me.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me stop.
Hey, look, Derek, mate. Yeah, I gave you the story, man. If you want the radio version of it, I got you. But I think the motion comic one is better to me because it's like it really gives you that more of that feel.
Yeah.
All right.
What we got next?
Where I'm at? There we go. Tanaka Rai. This is version of the Flash. He appears in Legends of DC Universe Crisis on Infinite Earth, February 1999, by Marv Wolman and Paul Ryan. We all know Barry Allen. He he sacrifices his life to save the world during Crisis on Infinite Earth. But he wasn't the only one against one of the most powerful cosmic beings in DC, the Anti Monitor. Um, his expansion of the antimatter in the universe threatened every alternate world. Before Barry Allen sacrificed himself, he travels to Earth D to recruit more heroes. Tanaka Rai, who's a brother, gains his super speed and patterns his costume into his alter ego, who he becomes the Flash. And he does it based on the comic books he used to read as a child, who's his hero, Barry Allen. See, on in Earth D, Barry Allen is just a comic book. And Tanaka Rai ends up joining the Justice Alliance of America. It's not the Justice League, it's the Justice Alliance of America. That's the difference on Earth D. They made last stand against the Anti Monitor and the Shadow Demons, because the Anti Monitor has Shadow Demons that are like his the bad guys that help him, his henchmen. And Barry Allen and his allies um, do enough to take a last stand in time for him to escape the doomed planet. So there's two versions of Crisis on Infinite Earth. There's I forgot. I think maybe that one came out 2012, and that's the one that they based this animated movie on. And then there's the one that I talk about that's from like the 80s that I really like. I think I like that. I go off of that storyline more, me personally, the older one. Surprisingly, you would think I would go off of the newer one, but I like the older one a little bit better. It got Superboy Prime in it, and Superboy Prime is a hell of a bad guy. So, yeah, Mac, I'm sure you never heard about Tanaka Rai.
I didn't. I haven't. As you got me on this one.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
got me.
You know what I mean? Black Flash. You see him with the flat top. You see, I had to bring up the brothers in this one. I had to bring up the brothers in this one.
And you
I,
know what's crazy?
yeah,
It is a black Ghost Rider too. I thought about that. I did. I strongly did.
So yeah, y'all give me double points.
One for JJ.
Because I've been mentioning the brothers in this one, and I really like this story. This is a really good story. I recommend if, and this is not real dated. It's from '99. So if y'all could get a chance, try to find this, man. Try to find this.
Yeah.
Any dude named Tanaka, is a brother. So I would just leave it at that. This is really good. This is a
You know,
really, this is a
we had two black Ghost Riders. It was Reno Jones and it was Caleb. Both of them was back in the days. Reno Jones was fighting the Klan, and Caleb fought. It was a slave, and he fought the people that killed his family.
I ain't gonna lie, I probably looked that one up. That sounds like something up my alley.
Both of those are dope. Hey, Caleb actually had powers that no other Ghost Rider had. He can shoot fire from his eyes,
You know what I noticed though,
and
man?
he
When
can,
it
he
come to
can
Ghost
travel.
Riders,
Huh?
you know what I noticed when it come to Ghost Riders is only people in your age bracket. Because my old head that I used to work with, he's the same exact age as you. He loved Ghost Rider. He always talked about the spirit of vengeance.
Man, the crazy part about Ghost Rider,
Yo,
bro.
man, he was like, "Yo, Ghost Rider was da 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 da." My boy Rich.
But you know, it was so many. It wasn't just the spirit of vengeance. It was a bunch of different demons that was creating Ghost Riders. So the spirit
And
of vengeance was just
man, D man like Ghost Rider. He don't like the one you like. He like the old one.
he like Carter Slade.
Yeah, he like Carter Slade.
But if he seen Caleb, he'll change his mind because Caleb had a horse.
I think D man would like Robbie Reyes. I
But
think
the
he
thing,
Mexican one too.
but
He's
look,
driving
Caleb
1969 Dodge Charger.
Caleb could travel through dimensions, and he could also
Oh,
travel
okay.
through time on a horse.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't know he could
That's what I'm saying. He was different. He was different. I just didn't bring him up because I'd like to talk about him in different Ghost Riders. Look, even Derek Gaines say he like Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Derek Gaines an OG too. He old enough to like Ghost Rider. What my bro 78 at? He probably left. I don't ask him if he like Ghost Rider.
Facts.
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess
man.
I go to my
Yeah,
final one.
go to your final, man. We about to wind down. We on our final picks.
But we got to go to the Venom Rider, man. I had the Ghost Rider was gonna be on my list. I know I talked about Ghost Spider, but this is actually a great story. This was surrounded by Black Heart, so this is the Venom Ghost Rider, and it has nothing to do with Johnny Blaze. It has nothing to do with Danny Ketch. It
I
has.
know what it has to do with
I know you do. I know you
Robbie,
do.
my boy Robbie.
No, it has nothing to do with Robbie.
It ain't Robbie in this one.
No, sir.
I
No,
thought I
sir.
thought Robbie became the story that I read. Robbie became you sure?
I'm 100% positive. See, this is in the story of Venom number 13, and this is the Circle of Four. And in this storyline that I'm bringing up is the Red Hulk actually got the powers of Ghost Rider.
Oh my god, bro. You did that. Bro, you should have told me that.
It
I'm
didn't
thinking
matter.
I'm thinking of the Robbie one when Robbie gets the symbiote and all of that. That's the story that I got. You see, you don't be giving detail, bro.
My bad. You just asked me for a list. I gave you my list. I should have gave you that one, but I like the picture you got up there. That's a dope picture.
Yeah, this
But
is the Robbie Reyes one.
I know. And see, this is I was speaking of the Alejandro Jones one. So what happened was Blackheart was taking over Vegas. This is the storyline where Blackheart was taking over Vegas. He was bringing hell to Vegas. Did you know about this storyline?
Nah, the one that I read was with Robbie Reyes becoming getting the
So,
symbiote.
so basically, Blackheart he was unleashing hell on Earth in Vegas, and it took Ghost Rider, the Hope, and this Ghost Rider was Alejandro Jones, the Hope, Doctor Strange, and Wolverine, and Damon Hailstorm to defeat him. Now, in the storyline, Blackheart killed all of them. Like he literally killed all of them. And they went to hell, and Mephisto made a deal with them. If they can go back and defeat Blackheart, he'll let them live again. And Alejandro Jones Alejandro Blaze or Alejandro Jones. It all depends on what you want to call him. And in this version of Wolverine was X-23. And the version of Hulk was the Red Hulk. And then you had Agent Venom. And I know you remember Agent Venom. Not the regular Venom. This was Agent Venom.
Yeah.
So this storyline, when they got brought back, Alejandro Jones merged the spirit of vengeance with the Red Hulk, and Venom attached itself to the Red Hulk and this one they became Venom Ghost Rider, and that version of Ghost Rider defeated Black Heart.
You see, Matt, how Mac do me, y'all. He didn't even give no detail because there's a difference.
It
Robbie
is.
becomes Ghost Rider Venom. You
He
know,
did.
if he would have told me that it was the combined, there's two different stories. I could have got that comic because I got an app that I could get all of it, and I could get it on my tablet. But of course, Mac,
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Well, when Robbie Reyes was Venom Ghost Rider, that was an Avengers storyline.
yeah,
Avengers 22 actually. But in this storyline, it was I love this storyline, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. That this one with Red Hulk became Ghost Rider was different because this was a different crew. When I tell you Wolverine was in it, Doctor Strange was in it, and man, I really want y'all to go read it because this was I just kind of gave y'all a synopsis. They died. Blackheart is that powerful, and he killed Alejandro Jones, which lets you know Alejandro is not a strong version of Ghost Rider, but she was the daughter of Johnny Blaze. She trained her whole life to become Ghost Rider. So when Johnny Blaze gave up the spirit of vengeance, she took on the spirit of vengeance and became a Ghost Rider. She wasn't. She didn't give up. She didn't go to Mephisto or Lucifer and ask for a deal. No, Johnny Blaze gave her the vengeance of Ghost Rider. That's how she became the Ghost Rider. And in this storyline, for them to defeat Blackheart, they had to merge it all with Red Hulk, and he is actually one of the most powerful versions of Ghost Rider as well. Like it's dope. Y'all gotta read. That's a dope ass storyline. And you're right. I probably should have gave you more because I didn't even think about the Robbie Reyes. The Robbie Reyes.
games from now on.
Huh?
Y'all give me y'all list. Give me the versions specifically when y'all text me or whatever.
I will. I damn sure will. I damn sure will.
I'm thinking of just regular Venom with Robbie Reyes, 1969 Dodge Charger.
Yeah. No,
And actually, in that story, he makes the Dodge, he touches the Dodge Charger, and it becomes like its own spirit of vengeance to start eating people, eating their souls.
yes, he did.
You know what I'm saying? So
That was a good storyline, but it still wasn't better than this one. You got to go read it. I'm telling you to go read it, and you're gonna enjoy it because it actually shows the power of Black Heart in this one. How strong Black Heart was, and how strong he got after losing to Johnny Blaze originally and coming back.
yeah, but this was a good pick. I can't probably one of your best pick. That's too much. That's too much. Look how much powers he got. He got
Facts.
Spirit of Vengeance, Hulk, plus
Red Hulk at that,
come on, man.
and Doctor Strange was there, and Wolverine was there. Like that's a badass storyline.
That's borderline cheating.
Make it look easy.
That's borderline cheating.
I ain't gonna lie. I actually struggle with that one too, because I wanted to put Cosmic Ghost Rider on her, but I know I talk about him too much, and I wanted to talk about somebody different. That's why I put him on.
Yeah, you the one. You and my man Rich is the one that put me on with Cosmic Ghost Rider. Around the time you told me about him, I was working with him at the time. That was when I was at my old joint, and he was telling me about it before he moved. He was like, "Yo, you gotta read the Cosmic Ghost Rider." I was like, "Yo, my man Mac was telling me that too, because he's a big Ghost Rider dude too." Like you, I don't know which one he liked, but maybe he liked Johnny Blaze the most. I never asked him which Ghost Rider he liked the most. I think he liked all of them. because he know all the story. But let me let me go to my last final pick. I know a lot of everybody got to get up for work. It's getting tired, so we gonna wrap this thing up. So my for my last and final pick, Dreadpool.
Dreadpool.
Dreadpool. A Dreadpool appears in the Deadpool Killology. Dreadpool comes from an alternate world belonging to Earth 12101. After realizing he's a fictional character and he's in a comic, he goes insane. And his goal is to destroy all life, believing believing it will free everyone from their pointless existence. He starts to wipe out every hero and villain in the Marvel universe, even cosmic beings like the Watcher, Silver Surfer, Galactus, Ghost Rider. Let me underline that, Ghost Rider and Thanos. He wipes every literally he wipes everybody out. So y'all gotta read that Killology, Deadpool Killology. Is a really good read. This is probably my favorite Deadpool comic, like ever. Unless they come out with a new one with a better storyline, to me, I like this What If series. Mac, you got anything on this?
No, I don't. But I'm not gonna lie. I have read this story, and that was one of the dope. That was one of the dopest Deadpool storylines.
I
And he
know,
wasn't as
I know
goofy
he
as he
like
normally is.
your mans.
Um,
He merch your mans.
I
I
know
know
he
he
did. He did that in the whole, and not, that's not the only one he did it in. He did it in another one too. But this is actually one of the dopest. He wasn't as the goofy Deadpool that he normally is.
yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, his personality was different. He was more he stood more on business on this one.
Exactly.
So this one, yeah, I really like this story. I enjoyed this story. I think if you want to read a Deadpool story and you want something that you could really like and make you like the character off rip, I say get Deadpool Killology. I even like the name of the comic.
Yeah.
But shoot, man. Um,
This was a great show.
yeah, man, this was a good one. Um, shoot, too bad my man Alexander X ain't come through. 'Cause I know he likes when we do the comic talks. Him and Reef, they would have enjoyed this one, man. Hopefully they could catch the replay. Mac, man, okay. Before we go
All right.
next week, because you know Halloween is going to be on a Thursday.
Yes.
Me, Derek Gaines. Yes, Derek Gaines is coming back. All right. Derek Gaines ain't allowed to take a vacation next Sunday. Next week, we're gonna be doing Batman the Long Halloween. It's gonna be like how we do our movie reviews. But this is gonna be a comic review. It's not the animate. I look, I liked it, the animated movie. It was good. And rest in peace to the voice actor that played Catwoman, because during the time that she did this, she had passed away. I think her son was like swimming. I don't know. I think they went boat riding or something like that. And she tried to save her son. She saved him, but she ended up drowning. It was real sad. Um. So yeah. real sad stuff. We're gonna definitely touch on that. We're gonna definitely touch on like the whole background comic of Batman: The Long Halloween. Batman: The Long Halloween is up there with the greatest Batman storylines ever written,
Yes.
and it really is a good story. To be honest with you, I gotta watch Penguin tonight.
Derek Gaines, that was a great comic. Deadpool kills Marvel. That was a great.
It's Dreadpool, but it's called Deadpool Killology. Killology. Jimmy Bernard. So make sure you go read this. This is a really good story, Jimmy. You won't be disappointed. Derek Gaines, he should go read it. But next week, it's already locked in. But because, like I said, when by the time we do the show, Halloween's gonna already pass. But that's gonna be our Halloween special. I got two Halloween specials. The one I did with Tay Tay last week, five greatest horror movies, and this one coming up. We're gonna do Batman Along Halloween. It's only right that we do Batman Along Halloween. It's such a great story. Such a great Batman story.
Yes, sir. Great, great show today.
So y'all not gonna want to miss this. Y'all make sure y'all show up for that. Matt, got any last words, bro, before we get out
No,
of here?
man, you ain't got to get ready if you stay ready, man. Y'all tune in next Sunday. Same bat place, same bat channel. I'm
Yes,
gonna
sir.
start saying that every show.
He said same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, man. So next week, Batman the Long Halloween. Y'all not gonna want to miss that. That's gonna be a great comic review. And in the comments, if y'all want to watch the motion comic, which touches on the whole issue that we're gonna be talking about, I'm gonna leave the link there. If y'all want to watch the motion comic,
I
and
think
y'all
you should share it on your channel. Share it like a post.
oh just shit. Okay, okay, okay. You right. So they basically saying do community post.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, y'all look out for that next week. And till next week, man, y'all have a good night, and we'll be back, man. Peace out.
Peace out.